We got about 5 minutes left. Let's see if we can whip through your National League All-Scar team, starting with Buster Posey. You don't expect him back this year, do you? And if you don't, are you keeping him in a keeper league, or are you trying to trade for him?
He's so talented. He plays such a scarce position. I'd keep him in a keeper league, but every other league I'm selling him. I just don't think he's coming back this season. And if he is, he's going to be handled with kid gloves. That was a nasty injury. He had a really good interview on ESPN that they were saying, his goal is to catch bullpen this season. So, it's realistic and great to have a goal like that, but that doesn't help fantasy owners at this point. So if you're playing just in a one season league, now's the time to either drop him or try to, find somebody else.
And again, if you're just joining us, we're talking with Jeff Stotts of Rotowire.com. We're going around his All-Scar team at the All-Star break and talking about fantasy values of these guys going forward for the second half of the year. And in your National League infield, you've got Ike Davis at first and Chase Utley at second. Who are you higher on and why for the second half?
I'm a lot higher on Utley. And, you guys knew I was a little bit cautious about him going into the season based on everything we were hearing. But, he's played 41 games now. He's really back to doing what Utley can do. And the surprising thing to me is he's already got 8 stolen bases. I did not expect him to be on the base pass with that knee injury. But, he is swiping some bags, and he's slowly starting to find his groove again. I think that it's sooner or later that Philly offense is going to get completely healthy and kind of break out a little bit. And Utley's going to be the guy that I think is right in the middle of that, doing that. So if you can, now's the time to really go after him because I think he's poised to have a big second half.
And Ike Davis?
I'm not quite as high on Ike Davis. He is starting to maybe get cleared soon for some baseball-related activities. He was able to run a little bit, but they were talking just weeks ago about, potential microfracture surgery on that ankle. And I think, he's a guy that's going to be ultimately a high-risk guy because, he tweaks that ankle wrong and he's back to, possibly needing to go under the knife. I think eventually he's probably going to need surgery anyway. So, if you've got some good value out of him to start the season, great, but maybe keep really hold on to him. But I started to look elsewhere.
And Rafael Furcal at shortstop with a thumb and an oblique, two real problem injuries when you're a baseball player. But when healthy, this is a guy who can perform as one of the elite shortstops fantasy-wise.
And those are the key words, when healthy, and he just never can seem to get healthy these days. It's very unfortunate. He's already been on the disabled list twice for two different injuries. Every year I think, okay, this is the year he's going to get healthy, and it always seems to be a freak thing with him, unfortunately. He just seems to be unlucky. So if you got Furcal, I'm not looking for much in the second half. He's definitely a guy that I wouldn't be holding on to right now.
So Ryan Zimmerman at third base is the interesting one to me. He basically helped buoy my team to a championship last year. He was as solid as the day is long. He did have some inconsistencies, but he's got a sports hernia. And for all the Evan Longoria being drafted first on draft day and Youkilis and A-Rod and other third basemen, is a sports hernia bad enough for me not to think about trying to steal him away from another team right now?
My only hesitation is, he had that surgery to repair that tear in the abdominal wall, and now he's having some pain in the area. They're calling it just some mild soreness, and they don't consider it a major deal. But anytime you have pain in an injury site that you've had to have surgery on, it's not a good thing. There's no sugarcoating that. So I'm a little bit hesitant. He seems to be a guy that, goes on these great stretches, and then all of a sudden some freak injury pops up and derails all that. So, I debated between David Wright and Ryan Zimmerman here, but I went with Zimmerman just because I think when Wright gets back, the likelihood of him getting injured again is a little bit less than Zimmerman.